Hey guys, Greg Benz here with a quick overview of the new Zone Map feature in Lumenzia version 5. You'll see at the bottom of the panel now, amongst the red visualization buttons, is a new Map button. And what that button does when you click on it is give you a visual indicator of which zone in an Ansel Adams style zone 0 through 10 or an 11 zone system, where are each of the pixels in your image, so you can very quickly assess your image in terms of highlight, shadow, and just overall values of very particular midtones, especially if you're using black and white, you want to push things to particular values. And while the map is active, you can see Lumenzia now shows you this color coding, so you can see that zone 0 is this cold purple color, and you get warmer and warmer colors as you work towards zone 9 and 10, which are shades of red. So you're getting kind of cold in the shadows, hot in the highlights, as a quick reference, but you can see the exact zones by looking at the panel and getting that reference here. And what each of these zones represent is the dominant zone of that part of the image. So for example, if I want to select this part of the lake here, well, I can see that looks like it's mostly zone 7, so I can click on zone 7 and I get that selection. But of course, zone 7 as a mask bleeds over into zones 6 and 8 a little bit by design. So the zone map is just showing you the dominant zone, but a real zone mask from Lumenzia is going to bleed over a bit because we don't want to have a discrete cutoff. If we look back at that map, we don't want to just stop adjusting right at this point, or we'd get an unnatural looking image. So the zone map is just giving you the center of the zone. It's just telling you where it lives. It doesn't tell you exactly where zone 7 will start and end, but it does show you, for example, if we wanted to select this part of the lake, well, zone 6, 7, and 8 are the zones we want to work with. And indeed, if we click on zone 6, 7, and 8, that's what we're getting. So it gives a very clear indicator of which midtones would align with a particular part of the image. So that's great if you are trying to nudge your black and whites to particular values, or you're always trying to put skin tones in a particular area, or some shadows in a particular area if you know that they should be zone 2 or zone 3 always. Just a quick reference. There's some other cool ways you can use this. For example, we could assess our highlights and we see that only the middle of the sun is really in zone 10, and that's good because if we had too much that was close to paper white, we know that this image may not print that well. Conversely, we can see that down in zone 0, we've got a lot of rock detail down in zone 0. It's probably too dark, probably a little bit muddy in the shadows, and if we look at the underlying image, that really is kind of the case. There's not as much detail as I'd like to see on the shadow side of that rock. Well, we can interactively adjust this. This is a live map, so if I click to create a curve in Lumenzia, it gets dropped underneath this preview. We can just double click, open up, grab the targeted adjustment tool from the curves here, and I'm just going to click and drag up a little bit until I get that zone 0 down to a manageable level. I don't want to eliminate it, but I just don't want to see too much of it. And if I turn off that visualization for a second, we can see the before and after with our curve has really brought out a lot more detail, and I think it's improved the rock quite a bit. So you can see there's a lot of ways that you can use this zone map to adjust your image, and then when you're done with it, you can just simply click on the map button again to get rid of it and keep working. And for more information about Lumenzia, head over to gregbenzphotography.com/Lumenzia.